Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Meg and I am a fully qualified yoga teacher, and today I am going to be showing you a really quick ankle stretch. This is going to be great if you're someone who maybe suffers with like Achilles heel a little bit, or just like is on their feet a lot and finds that they have like really tight ankles. Also, if you're someone that's doing a lot of yoga and you find, or yoga asana, and you find that when you're in your down dog, your heels don't touch the ground. It might be that your ankles are a little bit inflexible. It could be calves, it could be hamstrings, it could be glutes, it could be a lot of things, but working on ankles is going to help to kind of help the heel come down to the ground. So this is going to be kind of a good all-rounder class that you can bring into your yoga practice, gym practice, after a long day at work, or even before you've gone to work or done any sort of like running, things like that. It's a totally versatile class that you can bring into any situation. The more you practice it, the more it's going to help to open up those ankles. You don't really need anything at all to do these stretches. You can use a yoga strap maybe if you want to, maybe just have one to hand in case. But if you're in a position where you don't have one, or you with you right now or at all, it's really not the end of the world. You can still do these stretches. And when you're ready, we will get started. We're going to start this class laying all the way down with our knees bent and toes or feet pressed firmly in towards the mat. We're actually going to start this class with mobility rather than flexibility, which is equally as important and will help to strengthen up your ankles. So we're going to keep the left leg bent. We're going to bring the right leg up towards the ceiling. Take the hands behind the thigh, so interlacing the fingers. I cannot stress this enough. This is not about trying to get the foot to the head. This is all about moving the ankles. So we're going to start with pointing and flexing the toes. Now, I don't care if you're all down here and this is you flexing and pointing the toes. I don't care if you're here. I don't care if your foot is by your head. It is not about stretching here. This is about mobility. It's simply about flexing and pointing the toes. You can have a really deep bend into the knee as well if you feel like you need to. Just kind of have the leg up where it feels most comfortable for you. So we're flexing and we're pointing, and now we're going to try and slow it down. So see if you can lead with one toe at a time. So as I'm flexing, I'm rolling the toes up and then rolling them back down. This is a lot for your mind-body connection, and it's really going to challenge your mobility of your feet. But the more you practice it, the easier it will become. We'll do one more. And then point the toes. We're going to take this into a circle. So you might start off with quite quick circles, but then we're going to try and slow it down and see how big and how slow you can make those circles, and how smooth as well. So you might find you're a bit kind of jumpy, but the more you practice, soon you'll be able to take it into a smooth, slow circle. Let's do 5 going one way and then 5 going the other. I find after I've done this, like I can feel the burn in my ankle. This is so good at strengthening all of those little muscles up. Give the foot a little wiggle. It's quite hard to kind of get it to go there, okay? And then we'll swap over and do the other side. So let's bring the left leg up this time. Same thing again. Remember, we're placing the hand behind the left leg, and it's not about how close you're getting the foot to the face. You can have a deep bend into the knee if you need to. Just become where it feels comfortable, and we'll flex and point the toes. And then we'll start to slow it down. So leading with the toes. So lead with the big toe first as you flex, and lead with the baby toe to come up as you come down. You'll probably find one foot finds it a lot easier than the other if you are able to do it. Especially like for me, it's my left foot that I struggle with because I'm right-handed. And then we'll begin to take this into a circle. Same thing again. Long, oh not long, but slow, smooth and big circles, or as smooth and as big as you possibly can get them. My foot is so sticky this morning. Lovely. Slow it down. Really focus on that movement, and then we'll take it the other way. So when we get older, when we fall and things like that, which is quite common, things like wrists and ankles are so important to strengthen up because they are the things that catch you when you fall. Perfect, let's wiggle that foot out. Okay, lovely. And then we'll take this into a stretch. So again, you can keep your knees bent if you want, and we're gonna take the right leg up towards the ceiling again. If you've got your yoga strap, you might want to use it here and wrap it around your toes. But basically we're grabbing hold of the toes, flexing through the foot. So really think about bringing your toes towards your shin, pushing the heel up towards the ceiling. Notice how deep of a bend I have in my leg, because I'm not trying to stretch out my hamstring so much here. This is very much concentrated through my ankle. So the more I pull my toes and the more I push my ankle up towards, or my heel up towards the ceiling, the more intense this is going to be in my ankle rather than my hamstring. Relax your shoulders. You can always use a strap here if it's easier. Let's take a couple more deep breaths. And we'll take that foot down. Let's swap over and do the same on the other side. So again, you can bend your right knee and see if you can grab hold of your toes on your left foot, or maybe wrap a strap around the toes. Again, notice how bent my knee is. We're not locking the leg out. We're focusing on stretching through the ankle. The more you flex through your toes, the more you're going to get a stretch through the ankle. Breathing here. Long, slow breaths. Stretch through those ankles. Perfect. Let's take a couple more breaths. And we'll bring the leg down. Let's come up into a tabletop. So coming all the way up, you can roll over your knees and your shins if it feels comfortable, or just meet me in tabletop, however it feels best for you. We're going to take this into like a lunge, but with your knees going over your toes. So let's start with the left leg so you can see what I'm doing. So your left foot is coming out and in front. So it's going to be sitting in between your hands. So in between your left and your right hand. I've just got my left hand lifted so you can see. Usually in a lunge, I want your knee to be directly above your ankle. But this time, we're going to push the knee forwards so that it's over the top of the ankle. Place your hands down. Make sure you've got good stability here. Use blocks if you need to, use props. And keep pushing the ankle down in towards the ground. If your heel starts to lift, bring the knee further in towards you. This is a sort of stretch that builds. It sort of starts off not too bad. And then as you relax and melt into it, the deeper that stretch suddenly becomes. Breathing here. This is also a bit of a stretch for my hip as well, which is quite nice. Come back up onto the hands. And we'll swap over and do the same thing on the other side. So the right foot is coming in between the hands. And then walk that knee or push that knee over the toes, hands are out in front. Definitely have a tighter ankle on my right side than I do my left. I feel it pretty quickly on this side. Keep pushing that heel down in towards the ground. Opening up across. This is quite good for your calf as well. Take one more deep breath in. And coming back up. I'm going to come up to standing from here. So I'm going to take this into my ragdoll, but I'm going to take the hands down into the mat. Now, it's up to you here. This is kind of a stretch that you might not feel much through the ankles, but it will help with the calves, which could help with the ankles. So you could bend into one knee and then the other. You could place your hands on a block. Or if you're able to place your hands underneath your toes, this gives your feet a little bit of height, or your toes a bit of height, and then gently melt down. This will help to stretch out your ankles. I find that this is one of the best ankle stretches I find, because I actually feel it quite a bit through my ankles. Again, notice that my legs are not locked out. There's quite a deep bend into my knees because I'm focusing on lifting my toes rather than trying to get a stretch through my hamstring for this one. Breathing here, open up through those toes, through the ankles, and we'll place the hands down into the mat. We're going to come into our final stretch for this. So we're going to walk the feet out wide. So if you're facing the short edge of your mat, you want your heels to be down in towards the edges of the mat, and your toes to hang off the edge at a 45-degree angle. Place the hands down, bring the hips all the way down and bring them in at heart center. We're coming into our Malasana squat here. If your heels are lifted, that's okay, but try and push them down in towards the ground. That's kind of your first port of call. You can always place the hands down into the mat, sort of level 1, or on a block. If you can, keep your back flat so you're not bent over, then you can take the hands away and you can rock up onto one foot and then the other, and this is going to help with a bit of ankle mobility here. So this is quite a lot on the ankles when you come into your Malasana squat, so just listening to your body here and doing what feels best for you. Maybe coming up onto both ankles and back down. I haven't done this for a while actually. I completely forgot that this was a thing until just now. And maybe just holding on in that stretch. Push the heels down into the mat, lift up till through the body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let's place the hands down, push the hips back up and come back down into sitting. You can always come into child's pose if you need to. Malasana is also a lot onto the hips, so you might find that was quite a bit of work on the hips as well as the ankles. I really hope that you enjoyed that class. Please like, please subscribe, comment, whatever you can do to help support me and support this channel. It honestly means the absolute world to me when you guys like and subscribe, and when you comment, I absolutely love to hear from you. So it's so nice to get those lovely comments through, and I really hope that you enjoyed this class, and I look forward to practicing with you all again soon. Thanks. Bye.